Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to show you something that I've been working on. So as you know, I started repairing boards as a business, and recently I had a couple of problems with shipping some boards back to the customer where some damage would occur. And so I thought I need to find a way to protect those better. It seems like it doesn't really matter how much bubble wrap you wrap them with or how good your packaging is. Somehow, either, you know, USPS, Canada Post, UPS, FedEx, whatever, they're always going to find a way to break some heat sinks, right? And then it's a hassle because the customer has to either like send it back, then I have to rework it. I spend more time, more money on chips potentially. So comebacks is definitely the one thing I don't want. And so I got an S17 Pro board here, which just happens to be one of my boards. And so this is what I was working on. So I do have a 3D printer, and I'll just get this out of the way for now. So I just designed like a really basic case for it, right? And as you can see, it's pretty large, so you do need a printer with like a pretty significant build volume. I do have a Creality CR10S Pro, which I forget the specs of the bed on it off the top of my head, but it's pretty large anyway. And this one just about maxes it. So this one is made for a S17 Pro, and as you can see, it's just basically like a rectangular box, and it does have like a little ledge here for the board to sit on. So the idea with this is that you cut a piece of bubble wrap. You need to use like the thin stuff, right? Put that at the bottom, then you take your board, you gently put that in there. As you can see, the fit is pretty tight, maybe even a little too tight. Maybe it needs to be tweaked by like a millimeter or two. Anyway, then you take on other piece of bubble wrap, put that on top, and then there's also a cover piece, which has, again, a little ledge, just so that it interlocks in this. And so in this version, and as you can see, you don't hear any rattling or anything. So in this version, so this is a prototype, obviously, that I just needed to figure out the dimensions for. But so this one I'm just gonna tape and send to a customer to return his board. But the next version is probably gonna have like a couple little bosses here, and I'm gonna have some fasteners going through that, so probably, you know, two at the top, two at the bottom kind of thing. And so that's gonna be secured that way. And the idea is that the bubble wrap puts just enough pressure both on top and underneath, so that it puts just a little bit of force perpendicular to the heatsink, right? So there's no chance, and because the cover is going to be tight, then there's no chance that there's any side force that's going to rip the heatsink. So I'm trying that out. I think it'll work nicely. It's just a matter, probably still need to do like a couple more iterations, and then I need to do a couple things to make it pretty. But yeah, so see, so this is printed in ABS, and there's a little bit of warp here. So there's a couple of things that I need to figure out as far as printing. You know, this is like a low quality print, so there's no real cosmetic. Like, I don't care about cosmetic, I guess is what I'm saying. So, but it does take quite a bit of time to print, so it's a bit of a process. So what I plan to do with that, I'm gonna, whenever that's good enough, I'm gonna make one for S17 Pro, which is this one. I'm also gonna make one for S17 Plus's board, and this one's gonna be a little bit more challenging because the board's a little bit longer, so I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to do it in one piece as I am with that one, so I might have to come up with a different design. But anyway, once that's done, I'm gonna make those files available, the G-code files available for free. For personal use, like, don't care what you use it for. If you are or will be a customer of mine, then ideally the customer would print it at his end and use it to send me the board. If not, maybe I'll look into sending them some cases so that they can use them, you know, depending on how many boards they're sending. Anyway, so that's still to be figured out, but I will provide the link, the file, for free for whoever wants to use it. And if, you know, another repair shop wants to use them, then like commercially, then maybe we can discuss some details on that. I'm not looking to make any money out of that. It's just really to protect those boards and make sure we don't, you know, as a community, we don't do the same work twice. So that's the idea. Hopefully you like it. Let me know what you think. Thanks.